Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be with you all today. Today's presentation will be a Protocol for Life Balance product highlight on AHCC. Introduction, my name is Kyle Russ. I am a board-certified nutrition specialist and a licensed dietitian nutritionist. I'm on the nutrition team at Now Health Group, and my professional background involves doing medical nutrition therapy in clinics and some sports performance training. If you aren't familiar with Protocol for Life Balance, we are a practitioner-focused brand that is part of Now Health Group, which includes Now Foods. We are a brand that is literally obsessed with quality, and that is reflected in our testing and comprehensive staff. We perform over 31,000 quality tests and analyses per month in our third-party certified labs, and this includes the testing of a wide variety of contaminants and adulterants. We now have 14 accredited chemistry programs, including pesticides and heavy metals. We test every single batch of every raw material that we purchase, and we have an exceptional and well-qualified large team that includes chemists, toxicologists, research and development staff, and method development scientists. A cool feature of Protocol products is the natural kinetics information. So if you're familiar with pharmacokinetics, natural kinetics is the same concept but applies for natural products instead of drug compounds. This is available for each product and is valuable information for practitioners to have in-depth knowledge on each product that we offer. Get into it. What is AHCC, or active hexose correlated compound? This compound is derived from shiitake mushroom mycelia extract and was first created in 1987 in Japan. One of the reasons AHCC is so unique is due to the proprietary cultivation and patented manufacturing process that sets AHCC apart from other mushroom-derived extracts. Scientists and practitioners are touting AHCC as an effective immune system modulator, and there's been over 100 universities and research facilities worldwide conducting studies on AHCC, and there's been more than 150 published academic papers. The research just keeps growing and evolving. While general mushroom products mainly contain a polysaccharide called beta-glucans, AHCC is rich in something called partly acylated alpha-1,4-glucans, which are unique to AHCC and derived only through the proprietary manufacturing process. Now, these glucans have a very small molecular weight, making it easier for the digestive system to absorb, which enhances the biologic activities of AHCC. As you can see here, the average molecular weight of the alpha-glucans is 5,000 Daltons, enhancing the bioavailability compared to standard mushroom extracts, which mainly contains the beta-glucans with much higher molecular weights. Although it is important to know that although beta-glucans have higher molecular weight, the unabsorbed beta-glucans still play a role within the gut for immunity and are still considered beneficial. We sell AHCC as a powder in a 2-ounce bottle, one serving providing a dose of 2.4 grams of AHCC per serving. Our suggested use is 1 teaspoon 1 to 2 times daily, so if you were going to do 2 servings, that would give you 4.8 grams of AHCC, which is a good dose. We sell AHCC in capsule form with a serving size of 3 veg caps, providing 1.8 grams of AHCC with an additional 300 milligrams of beta-glucans. And these beta-glucans were added to this formula to provide a synergistic combination between the alpha-glucans and the additional beta-glucans. So what does the animal research show? AHCC was shown to support both innate and adaptive immune systems, notably in supporting natural killer cells, T cells, and other key immune defenses. And the liver and gut are both key components of the immune system as well. And AHCC has been shown to support liver and gut health in animal models by enhancing a more stable immune response within the gut, supporting liver enzymes, and supporting detoxification, for example, by preserving cytochrome P450 enzymes. Let's dive into some of the human studies. Now, this study had healthy adults use 3 grams of AHCC a day for 60 days. T cells and cytokines were closely measured before during, and even after discontinuing AHCC intake. So just for some background information about these cells, if you can imagine an army, the CD4 plus T cells are like the generals, and the CD8 plus T cells are the soldiers fighting threats directly. So basically, the CD4 plus cells identify threats and provide the strategy to the CD8 plus 4, or sorry, the CD8 plus cells to go seek and destroy. Both of these T cells are vital for the immune system, and they can also both produce multiple cytokines, which are immune system messengers. And these cytokines are TNF alpha and interferon gamma. These are key immune system messengers, and they're produced by the T cells that I mentioned, the CD4 and CD8. Now, TNF alpha sounds the alarms in the body. It makes blood vessels more leaky, so more immune cells can rush to the fight. And interferon gamma powers up the immune systems by enhancing immune cells to fight more effectively. So in short, AHCC supplementation was shown to promote innate and adaptive immune responses by increasing T cell activity during and even up to 30 days after discontinuing AHCC. No serious adverse side effects were reported in this study. You can see in this graph from the study depicting the clear shift in immune modulation occurring through the duration of the study. So if you go all the way to the right of the graph and both these graphs, you can see in visit 4 on both graphs that the dual cytokine production, that's interferon gamma and TNF alpha, which is represented by the gray colored bar, that was significantly elevated even after discontinuing AHCC. So the immune modulation observed in this study suggests AHCC may help support and prime T cell immune responses in healthy aging adults even after you stop taking AHCC, up to 30 days. Now, this study evaluated AHCC and its impact on immune responses by looking at number and function of circulating dendritic cells. First key finding of the study was the increase in total circulating dendritic cells, or DCs, as I'm going to call them for short. Now, DCs bridge the gap between the innate and adaptive immune systems. Think of DCs as quality control inspectors, where they can scan the environment for threats, and when they find one, they capture it, process it, and then present the antigen to T cells to remove the threat in the body. The second key finding was an increase in something called allogenic mixed leukocyte reaction response, or MLR for short. This test basically just further confirmed that dendritic cell function was significantly increased. So it basically showed that AHCC can stimulate the immune system to a greater extent. And this is important because there's plenty of people out there that can benefit from a bolstering of the immune system. Now, this study investigated the effects of AHCC in healthy volunteers under temporary physical and mental stress and also at rest. The authors reported a significant increase in natural killer cell activity, as well as a decrease in salivary cortisol levels with AHCC supplementation. Natural killer cells are part of the innate immune system, which is the first line defense of the immune system. And the increase in natural killer cell activity suggests that AHCC can influence something called Th1 immune activation, which would be pertinent to something like antiviral defense. Additionally, the decrease in salivary cortisol is noteworthy. Salivary cortisol is an objective marker of stress and HPA axis activity. The combination of increased natural killer cell activity and decreased salivary cortisol levels really piqued the interest of researchers into AHCC's neuroimmune modulating potential, supporting both stress and immune biological responses. This study also reported no serious adverse events. Now, this study was conducted in healthy adults during early winter, which is a time of natural shifts in immune system activity. The treatment group received just 1 gram daily of AHCC over a 4-week period. Now, compared to the placebo group, those who received AHCC showed a significant preservation of immune function, which was measured by the score of immunological vigor, or the SIV. This suggests that AHCC helped maintain overall immune balance during seasonal immune challenges. Additionally, the placebo group experienced an increase in neutrophil percentage and a decrease in lymphocyte percentage compared to their baseline. Now, these patterns are typically associated with winter-related immune stress. In comparison to the placebo group, the AHCC group showed no significant changes in these immune cell distributions, which is desirable. The AHCC group also experienced a significant improvement in concentration from their baseline assessments, which was interesting, and the researchers noted. So this study suggests a supportive role of AHCC in helping maintain normal immune parameters and also subjective well-being in healthy individuals during seasons like winter, where immune system stress typically increases. Now, this was a phase 1 open label trial conducted per FDA guidelines to evaluate the safety and tolerability of AHCC in healthy adults. 26 healthy participants took 9 grams of liquid AHCC for a total of 14 days, which 9 grams is about 3 times the typical dose used. 2 participants withdrew due to taste and nausea intolerance, and only 20% reported transient symptoms that were mild in nature, such as headache and nausea. So 85% of the participants completed the AHCC regimen with that high dose. So in short, these findings suggested that AHCC has a solid safety and tolerability profile, even at higher doses in the short-term use. As a reminder, the typical dose used is around 2 to 4 grams. So this was a great starting point to support continued research on safety of AHCC and exploring other potential uses for supporting health in humans. Now, there are some cautions and interactions. So if using AHCC with a patient who takes a medication, it's important to note that AHCC is an inducer of cytochrome P450 enzyme, which means it can potentially increase the activity of the P450 enzymes, which are responsible for metabolizing a wide variety of drugs. Also, because of AHCC's immune modulating potential, it is important to exercise caution with using AHCC in patients with autoimmune conditions or those taking immunosuppressant medications. So to wrap things up, AHCC is a safe and well-tolerated compound for human health and has noteworthy immune system supporting benefits. Of course, it's always best to consult with a healthcare provider prior to using something like AHCC. And that is the end of the presentation. Thank you for watching, and I hope this will inspire you to incorporate AHCC into your practice or your personal health journey.